Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we begin, let me go ahead and give a brief little review. In the last part, we had a number of events happening. We had Deku, Marcy, and Chloe. They have done quite a bit in the last couple days in Zion. They managed to take out the Whitelegs' advanced camp, disable their traps, and even managed to take out the local population of Yaogwai all within 2 days, along with take out a spiritual creature that the tribes feared for its prowess in taking down even their strongest hunters. Now, Deku, Marcy, and Chloe in the last part underwent a trial where they drank the sacred Dura root tea. Afterwards, they went out to hunt. They, however, did not realize one very simple thing. In beginning this spiritual journey, they are also stepping into it with a part of themselves they are trying to keep restricted. Deku, he went further into his Deathclaw aspect than he ever has. Marcy, she flew through the air and used her powers. She flew through the air like the queen of the sky. And Chloe, she got that rush. She got that feeling she's wanted. She got to be the hunter, not the hunted. And Izuku, he had visions. He had dreams. He was back in his vault. He was living life. Him and his team, they were all there. All alive, all well. The things he saw during that dream, the things he saw while he was fighting the Yaogwai, the intensity of all of it, the way it felt, it was just better. The next morning, he woke up in a guard tower with Marcy and Chloe with him, and they felt the same exact way. They were able to run with the animal, not lose themselves to it, hunt with it. And this feeling, it was like someone took the blinders off. This part of themselves they no longer have to fear, but they have to learn how to walk with. It was beautiful to them. Right now, Joshua Graham, he told them about what's going on. They are going to be taking on the Whitelegs. They are going to eradicate them. And the man handed Deku a pistol, to which Deku accepted, and they went on. Now, for those of you who forgot, let's go ahead and cut back to the modern day. Back in the Mojave, months later. They do get to sit on a rooftop. All of them. The sun's gone down and they're tossing things into a large metal trash can. Deku, he's emptied his bag. Marcy has emptied her bag. Chloe, she's emptied everything she once burned into her bag. And right now, she does it pour a bottle of whiskey down onto the contents. Before Deku does go to bring up a knife and go to strike a match. Before he does go to stare at it. Right now, watching the contents of that cursed place be burned away. A lot happened after they left Zion. A lot of things he'd like to forget. A lot of problems, a lot of mistakes. They stayed there for a few days after it all ended with the Whitelegs. They hunted them down. They were unstoppable. They were invincible. They thought they could take anything on. And then they left for the Sierra Madre. Right now, Deku going to watch as Marcy does stand up and begin to walk away. Right now, him and the remains of a leather duster, going to have the helmet on his head, a cracked horn, and a look on his face that says everything. They're in Westside. They're back in the Mojave. And Chloe, she does go after Marcy. Right now the two heading downstairs, presumably to get some damn food, to hopefully get the taste out of their mouths of that place. He can still taste that damn fungus from the cave. No, not a cave. That place was worse. It was a tomb. The things they had to do to survive the Sierra Madre. How they had to get out. How they had to survive. What they had to do. It all does make Deku envious. If he could trade places with the survivalist, the man of Zion, he would. He would want to be there in a heartbeat. Hell, who gives a damn about having to live in a cave? It would be better than that. Chop off their limbs. Chop off everything. If you don't, they'll get back up. Avoid the radios. And make sure to save a bullet for yourself. That a lesson Deku, he remembers. Getting those collars off wasn't easy. And right now, he does gotta stare at the fire burning. Before he does bring up his Pip-Boy and hit record. It waiting for a second before he does lick his lips and go to express. This is Izuku Midoriya. Day 665. It's been quite some time since my last update. My last log. I don't know where to begin. To anyone listening to this recording, my last updates were well over 4 months ago. I'm well aware of that. 4.5 months ago. We were traveling out of Zion. We were making our way to the Sierra Madre, trying to find possible allies, find a faction of the Brotherhood of Steel, and that did not turn out well. We went in the wrong direction. Yes, before anyone says that, I'm well aware. I don't need you to point it out to me. We believed that finding outside help from the region would help us. It didn't. What we found was... What we found was... I can't even begin to describe. To anyone listening to this, pray. That is all I'm saying. There are worse things out there than we realized. And I'm quite shaken by what I have seen. To any of the overseers and or any of my superior officers who wish me to describe it, burn. Hell. Fuck off. I do not care. I am not describing anything there. And if you are going to even try to think about going there, don't doom any souls there. We thought the surface was hell. It's not. I've seen it for myself. There are worse places to try and survive. Signing off. Deku flipping his wrist. And whenever he does go to stand up, he does a turn, staring at the trash can and going to kick it as hard as he can. Him roaring out in anger and seeing it flying off the roof and over 15 feet out. It crashing down below as some people do to turn their attention to the rooftop. And Deku does get to sit there, hyperventilating, trying to gain his bearing and calm himself down. They found their gear buried in the Mojave sand. That missile launcher, they were lucky to find it. It was only covered under a mound of that shit. The Enclave is long gone. They haven't even checked in with anyone else just yet, but a few days. That's what they need. Most of their gear is still here, exactly where they hid it. In the walls, underneath the old couches, and, well, their caps are still hidden in the backside of a toilet. So there's that good news. Someone was clearly here. But they found the fake stuff they had. The decoy. Though next time, he's going to set a bomb with it. The people out here are ruthless. No. Some of them aren't. Some still do deserve some sympathy. The boomers. They need to check in with them. Should that be where they go? Him going to stand up and walk back downstairs. And whenever someone does try to stop him in the hallway asking if he's the asshole from the roof, he does that turn. Him grabbing the man and going to smash him up against the wall, burying his teeth as he does let out a growl. Him turning and chucking the man across the hall down the stairs. Him crashing down with a few of the other people down below. And he does go to tell them, "Get the fuck out of here, now." And they do go to leave. Right now, him heading back to the room and trying not to lose what remains of his cool. Since he just wants to break shit. He wants to get all of it out. He feels defiled after that place. And it does mean quite a bit. Him stepping into the room as right now Chloe does get to bend down, sitting in front of Marcy, telling her about what they're going to do. They're going to take some time and then they're going to get back to work. Does that sound fair? And Marcy does go to raise a thumb to her. Right now, her tripping on Med-X. And Chloe does get a turn to Deku, asking him if he can give her a hand. Right now, she's not saying anything. Mercy. Him bending down. And she does a turn of gaze to him, as he does talk about it. They're going to go to Vault 21. Right now, Chloe turning her head to look at Deku. And he does gonna meet her gaze, nodding, talking about it. It's the best that they can do. They're gonna take about a week, maybe 2, if they can, and hopefully they can find out about what's been going on. They've been gone for a while. They've got 2 months before the next election. At the very most. I mean, it's a little more than that, but it doesn't matter. People are going to be hurt if they don't get it done. I know. I just need a minute. I know. We all do. But we don't have that type of time. We've got to figure this out. Then again, we can head out tomorrow. How's that sound? Make a promise to me, Marcy? What? Stop taking Med-X. It's not good for you. It helps, but we need you clear. Do you have me? Her glancing at Deku, her eyes watery, but she does try to give him a nod as he does a turn to Chloe. And right now her hands, they are shaking before he does talk about it. He mentioned the Sierra Madre in his log. That was it. That was everything. Right now, don't mention it at all. He's making that clear as team leader. Once they hit a Vault 21, they're going to have some fun. Mess with some of the casinos, or just try to take some time. If they need to, visit the clinic and see about some sort of mental health specialist. I don't know if they have therapists still. It's worth a shot. There you go. Keep talking, Marcy. Marcy. I'm fine. I just need a minute. Stay with her tonight. Him going to fully stand. Talking about how he needs to go punch something. And Chloe does get a turn. Her rushing over and stopping Deku from leaving. Standing in front of him and telling him, if he's going to the thorn, she swears to God. What do you think you're going to do there? Draw more attention to yourself? We need you here. I don't know if that's a good idea right now. Mizuku, look at her. And look at me. For God's sakes, go look at yourself. Him going to look down at her. Realizing for a second that he's a little too tall. Glancing back up and going to see that he wouldn't even have made it out the doorway. He would have bonked himself in the face. And he does go to suck in a breath and try to let it out, calming himself down. And whenever he does go to do this, he does that turn, making it over to the bathroom and looking into the mirror. His face is weathered and dirty. His eyes are bloodshot. And he looks angry. He looks tired. There's a lot they've got to do. He doesn't know if they have the time to do it, but they just need somewhere to get their shit together. Once that happens, they should be fine. And he does a turn back, asking if they want to head there now. Go to the vault. Maybe have a safe night in a bed. And right now, Marcy does get a stand. Her nodding her head as they do to pack things up. Their gear and leaving. And right now Deku does get to bring up the 45 and hold it steady. There's a lot they've got to deal with. They should be able to cover the fees indefinitely for a hotel room. Talk to Sarah. She's going to definitely have a bit of a surprise seeing them again. Maybe talk to her. See what type of information she might know. Hide in one of the casinos? Maybe. Maybe that could work. Talk to someone with the NCR. Hell, if they're still stonewall with the Brotherhood, that's going to need to be a whole new discussion. Though, talk to the Elder. He probably thinks they're dead. Then again, he's going to talk to them about a lot of things. Their technology. What a load of shit. Even they can't use it in the right hands. And that thought, it does get to Deku's mind. them trekking their way through the wasteland almost in the middle of the night. And when they do arrive back in New Vegas, they do enter Freeside, making their way through and getting to the gates, as the robot does a scan their IDs and go to allow them inside. And they do to somewhat let out a breath of fresh air. Right now, them heading to the vault and going to check in quite late. And there is where they do get a room and try to rest. They shower. And Deku, he does gotta give himself a bit of a clean shave. Then again, the nights are still harsh. It's hard to feel safe here. He stays on watch. Marcy's still restless, and Chloe doesn't get much sleep. It's gonna be harsh. But the next morning, Marcy, she does get up, actually trying to do something, be a part of the conversation. She's well aware as to what exactly is wrong with her. Then again, talking about it isn't easy. She mentioned wanting to go out and scream. That was an option. And then again, flying through the wasteland isn't the optimal idea. They can put that on the back burner for right now. Though, right now, there is a lot of things they can do. Relax, enjoy some food, and just try not to think about it. And it does get to pass by. Marcy does remember the good times back in Zion. She does remember the good times when they were trekking their way into New Mexico. Before things got hazy, before things got bad, they were enjoying their trip. They were enjoying trying to explore Zion and get rid of the rest of the spore plants. Make sure those carriers couldn't be found anywhere else. And there even was when the tribals brought their families back. Some of them thought they were unbelievable. Some thought they were monsters. And to Marcy, they might be. It's a terrifying thought. But it's one that she does have to live with. The tribes will remember them, be it as stories or legends, or the fact that they simply did exist. The wise man who taught them how to make grenades, and the healing shaman who could fly. A woman who could scream so loud the canyon, it cried an echo of her voice. And this thought, it does send her into a bit of hysterical laughter. Right now, her being comforted by Deku and Chloe. And it does mean quite a lot. And there is, at the end of the first week, things have relatively begun to feel more normal. Their bodies have restabilized. The amount of calories they're intaking is enough. And they actually do feel closer to 100%. And Deku, he does feel like he can call upon his wild side if he needed to. He wouldn't have it be fleeting. And that is where they do get a knock on their door. Right now, someone going to express about how they like to talk to the residents of this room. And Deku does get to pull his 45 and make his way over. Him stepping out, as right now he does get to see a Securitron. And this does make him somewhat tense, staring at it as there is where it does express about how they'd like to talk to them about seeing Mr. House at the Lucky 38. What? Mr. House? Yes, sirree. Mr. House wants to talk to you all. It's going to be quite simple. There's a matter he wants to discuss with you, and he was waiting for your return. Then again, you guys have been gone for quite some time. I'm sure you do understand. Him turning his head, asking if Mr. House needs to see them right now. Yes, sirree. You would like to immediately. Fine. Me. Just me. Is that fair? That's all right. Right now, him going to leave. And Victor, he does go to move off on the singular wheel that does it to carry him away, trying to navigate the corners as the small Securitron does move past. Right now, Deku turning back to the two as Marcy does attempt to get back on to her feet. And Chloe does bring her hands up, trying to tell her to get more rest. And she does shake her head no. To which Chloe does understand. She wants to busy herself and not have it on her mind. That's good. Right now, she does feel the same way. Then again, she feels like she's barely holding herself together either. After everything. And this is where Deku does turn back talking about it. He can go meet Mr. House alone. No. We have to stick together. It's what you said. It's what we need right now. It's what I need. I understand. Chloe, do you want some alone time? I could use it, sure. Her going to watch Marcy walk past and give Deku a bit of a smile. Right now, trying to stop the tears from coming to her eyes. But it's a bit too hard of a challenge for her. Right now, her watching the door go to close. And she does quickly make her way over to the bathroom and shower. Since right now she does just want to think about a few things. And Deku and Marcy do get to head out, making their way over to the Lucky 38 as people do get to watch these two move. Deku is no longer hiding. He's in a leather duster. It's been damaged. It used to be that of the Desert Ranger armor that he got back in Zion. Right now, he doesn't have the helmet. He doesn't have the gas mask. And people are staring at his large physique. And Marcy, she is out in the open as well. People staring at the woman who does have strange nails and strange ears. Along with the fact that the back of her shirt is cut out in a way that does expose her upper back. It does seem quite odd to them. Something they're not sure they can understand. Some sort of fashion. It's not a dress that she's wearing, though. That's the odd part. Her clothes do look worn like she was out in the wasteland. But there is what the two do to stop in front of the Lucky 38. Right now, them on its doorstep. And the Securitron does go to stop. Right now, it going to watch as music and lights do begin to start playing. And all the attention is drawn towards the casino. As the doors do begin to emit a mechanical whirl that hasn't been heard in over 2 centuries. The thick metal doors sliding open and revealing the front entrance to this casino. And the two do get a step forwards, some in awe. The Lucky 38 is finally receiving a visitor. Someone's being welcomed into the home of Mr. House. But that hasn't happened for ever since Vegas has been open. And it does begin emanating with rumors. Who those people are. Is Mr. House hiring a mercenary? Is he hiring someone to do something? Who has that much pull in the wasteland to meet with the man himself? And it's talked about. Right now, Victor leading them into the elevator. And when they do go to make their way all the way up, they do go to step out into the man's penthouse. Right now, them meeting another robot, Assaultron, that does go to express about how Mr. House is just this way. Her beginning to lead them over to a large computer screen. And the two do go to walk over, wondering what the man does have to show them. Deku turning his head and staring at it. Seeing that Marcy is looking around the room, her eyes landing back on the computer as she does go to ask, synth, ghoul, or robot? Which one do I think he is? Yeah, I mean, we know about the synths now. I mean, at first, the robot and ghoul, that was pretty limited. I'd say robot, but I could see ghouls. But this place doesn't smell strange, so I don't know. I didn't pick up any radiation in the elevator unless he has another one around here somewhere. Synths don't technically need to eat, but I don't think they were built that long ago. I'll have you both know I am not whatever a synth is. Them looking back at the computer, expressing, he's had many ways of trying to stay alive these last 200 years, and this one, it was the most simple. Fact of the matter is, yes, he's been alive for over 200 years. However, most people don't often come face to face with him. He does tend to let them have their legends and look down on Vegas from here. Though he has seen everything that has gone on, including their strange little passport scheme. The two staring at the computer. And whenever the man does go to watch their gaze go too narrow, he does express, waving a metaphorical hand and talking about it. Oh, he does not care about that. Simply, he wishes to talk to them about something else. That is inconsequential in comparison. He wants them to work for him. In return, he can help them in ways they need. What can you provide for us? Amnesty? Immunity? What? Right now, we don't have time to deal with your fucking war. No, it is not my war, it is the NCR's war. I simply control Vegas. They wish for control of Hoover Dam, and the Legion wish the same. However, what I wish for is Vegas. You see, the NCR, they are doing their own thing. As far as I am concerned, I could care less, but they are on my front door, and they are knocking, trying to evict me. It is only a matter of time before they try something drastic. And while the casinos would not abide by that, I'm certain either the NCR would spend significant resources driving them out, or I would spend a lot more resources driving them out as well. Nasty little bugs, they are. They've got themselves deep into Vegas. Okay, that would work with Chloe, not me. Yes, well, I've also seen that the Brotherhood have been quite annoying as well. And you are tricky, aren't you? Experimented on by the Enclave and missing in the desert for how long ago was it? 5 months? Where have you been exactly? You wouldn't believe us. No one would. I see. That isn't consequential. I wish for you to recover an item for me. In return, I can assure you I can gain access to your vault and help you with many things. You don't even know where our vault is. Don't I? I have significant resources that you don't understand. More money than you can imagine. And people who will listen. Along with that, I lived before the war. I'm quite aware of the military project that produced you. Are you? Yes. I owned Searchlight Airport. And the military, they were quite interested in having me be involved in that. The Enclave. I knew the general at the time. I thought he was crazy. But here you are. A eugenics program. Mixed with super soldiers. I don't know whether to be jealous or disgusted. But I don't know what you two can do. I've only heard, and hearing is only half of it. I want to know exactly what you can do, and you can show me. Recover the platinum chip. It is an item of mine of great importance. Do that, and we will proceed from there. The platinum chip? Yes. Recover it. Bring it to me, and I will give you further instructions. Is that understood? No. I don't think you understand exactly the importance of that item. I will give you a taste of that. Do you see the Securitrons behind you and around you? That is simply the Mark I version of them. Schematics gonna pop up on screen as Mr. House does continue. The Securitrons have all been built with a Mark II iOS. Upgrades, laser turrets, and built-in missile launcher with guidance systems. Fact of the matter is, those things, they are quite the powerhouse. So you throw all of Vegas resources at our vault to help us? No, not all of my resources. Merely a fraction. What? You're lying. I don't believe you. That much material. It would have to come from somewhere. You're not the only people who have underground operations somewhere. I have a factory. And I need that chip to gain access to it and to give the iOS the upgrades. The reason Vegas is the way it is because my Securitrons are only working in a minimal capacity compared to what I had envisioned. The bombs came too early. October 23rd, 2077. The chip was delayed, and I have been stuck here dealing with it, trying to find it and recover it. It has taken me significant time and resources that you two don't understand. I've been doing this longer than your grandparents have been alive. Now, If you can help me, I will help you. Quite simple and easy. The courier should have the chip. It was on someone I trusted, Benny, over at the Tops Casino. But the courier was seen leaving the casino. He has not been seen since. You two can go investigate, but I believe Benny is dead, and he is no longer of consequence. Find Courier 6 and bring me the chip. Anything we should know about our target? Yes. He is an odd one. Survived a gunshot to the head and walked away. Ever since then, he's been causing problems in the wasteland. He blew up the Mojave outpost. The what? Were you two not aware? The Mojave outpost was hit by a nuclear warhead. Some time ago. You're lying. You may go check out the fallout. I can't, unfortunately, guide you there. The Mojave outpost is irradiated. Right now, the Long 15 is no longer a viable trade route. And that does cut significant resources off to the NCR. Right now, the courier has one way of balancing the scales I would like back. I am the rightful owner of that property he has taken. I believe he intends to ally himself with the Legion. If that does come to pass, he will take control of my nuclear button. And I do not wish for that to happen. He's already found a stockpile of weapons once. If he finds it again, I do not wish to see what the wasteland becomes. Especially because I live smack dab in the middle of his pen. His enclosure. Do you understand? I would like you to hunt him down and bring me back my property. Deku staring on. And the thought of a crazy man finding a robot army? It's up there. Definitely up there. And Marcy does not burst out laughing. Right now, her going to let out tears as she does go to nearly fall over and laugh. A hearty thing. And Mr. House does not respond. Deku turning to her as she does go to express. A computer wants us to go kill a mailman to get his robot army back. Can you believe it? It's up there. I know, that's the funny thing. It's not even the weirdest thing we've ever heard. Her trying to wipe a tear from her face. And Deku does get a nod, talking about how they'll try to find this guy. But if he has any information, then that would help. It should take my scouts some time. When they report in, Victor will tell you. He will be my relay to you. I can have him stay in Vault 21. I can relay orders to him from here. Good. Keep him out of our room. We don't like spies. Understood. Them going to leave. And Deku, he does like this idea. If Mr. House is telling the truth, and he has a way for their vault to do this, that means quite a bit. Investigate Benny at the Tops casinos and see if the chip might still be there. See if the man's even still alive. Probably not. But then again, that does open a lot of things for them. it opens and closes quite a number of doors. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.